I've never said that I'm a fashionista. You need to look to me for fashion advice and you should wear what I wear. I've never in my life said that. I whoop. That's it. Don't let nobody ever trick you out your spot. One, I've already had a stylist. That's the first part. I was already looking at getting me another stylist so I can have two. I'm the Beyoncé of boxing. Do you know how many stylists that Beyonce got?
The Beyoncé of boxing. I like that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fight hasn't even begun yet, and already someone has been knocked out by boxing glove nail polish. This is because, while the rest of us were enjoying some iced tea and going about our business, Claressa Shields grabbed the microphone, flipped her ponytail, and essentially told Lani Daniels to stand in the corner. The reason for this is that in an interview that is currently making Twitter go crazy, Claressa looked directly into the camera and said, "I'm the Beyoncé of boxing, and she's just my backup dancer." I apologize. What did she say about Destiny's child? Her opponent's eyes? Yes, she did, but no, she didn't blink. What was supposed to be a simple pre-fight promotion instead turned into a full-blown argument session with Claressa dragging Lani not only through the press, but also through pop culture history. Forget press conferences, this felt like a Grammy speech turned diss track, and now the internet is spinning. Is all confidence or calculated shade wrapped in sequins and sports bras? Because after this quote, July 26th isn't a fight night anymore. It's a concert with Claressa as the main attraction. Let's get into the mess. Here's what happened. The July 26th undisputed heavyweight championship fight between Claressa Shields and Lani Daniels was supposed to be just another boxing calendar headline. It was supposed to be a standard gloves up, gloves down situation, punch pose, respect hype, and maybe a few forced smiles at a face. During what was supposed to be a routine press tour stop, Claressa was sitting down for a promotional interview, while sipping water, flashing that gold chain confidence, and wearing that championship belt like it was a Grammy. The host asked her what made her unique and what gave her the edge in the ring, and without flinching or pausing, Claressa said, "I'm the Beyoncé of boxing." We all knew this wasn't going to be a fight, but instead, it was going to be a performance. And Monty Daniels, according to Claressa, is my backup dancer. "I'm the Beyoncé of boxing. Everything I do is elite, including my walkouts, legendary, footwork, artistry, and untouchable presence. Lani Daniels is good, but she's only a backup dancer." Imagine calling your opponent a backup dancer before a world title fight. That's not shade, that's a solar eclipse. But here's where it gets spicy. Let's go back in time to the same Claressa Shields who once told another opponent, "You can't punch with a pretty face, sweetheart." She's been dragged for referring to herself as the GW, stormed off a way in, and clapped back at entire nations for underestimating her. Not to mention the time she publicly told a male boxer, "I'd outwork you and still have time for lashes." So when she referred to Lani Daniels as a background extra for her Beyoncé energy, fans weren't even surprised. They were just anticipating the remix. However, the twist is that Lani Daniels isn't your typical backup dancer. Oh no, she's the current IBF light heavyweight champion, and she's stepping up in weight, daring to challenge Claressa for her undisputed heavyweight title. This wasn't just disrespectful, it was outright professional sabotage because, in addition to downplaying Lani's abilities, Claressa deleted her presence in front of millions of people, and social media users quickly lit up. In a Beehive group chat on Grammy night, a tweet about Lani Daniels being a backup dancer went viral in a matter of minutes. It said, "If Lani's the dancer, I guess Claressa is about to do the full set." Another fan shared a meme of Claressa at Coachella wearing a gold bodysuit with the caption, "If Lani's the dancer, I guess Claressa is about to do the full set." The jokes were rife, but beneath the humor, people began to ask serious questions. Was this a desperate ego trip, provocation, or cruelty promotion? If Claressa was trying to intimidate Lani, she might have done the opposite. The fight isn't just a title match, it's a narrative war, and this isn't even the only controversy surrounding this bout. According to backstage rumors, Claressa's team attempted to prevent Lani's entrance music from being played at the weigh-in on because they wanted to avoid any distractions for the champion. However, why would you block someone's music if they're just a background dancer? Some even say that Claressa is attempting to do this, to control every aspect of the fight, including lighting, camera positions, and the timing of ring walks. According to a leaked media form, Claressa's walkout alone is timed at 3 minutes, complete with pyrotechnics, a choreographed sequence, and allegedly a live rapper performance. I'm sorry, is this boxing or the BET Awards? Lani Daniels, on the other hand, reportedly asked for nothing spectacular, just her gloves, her focus, and perhaps even a chance to turn all of Beyoncé's talk into silent regret. Because, let's face it, no one wants to speak aloud about how amazing Claressa is. Yes, her mouth occasionally writes checks, which the ring must cash, and if Lani decides to make an appearance to prove it, it'll be a reality check. And remember that boxing fans have long memories. They still recall Claressa calling Savannah Marshall overrated only to barely win by decision and dismissing MMA fighters as soft. She also had to explain herself after losing by split decision during her brief time in MMA, so every time Claressa speaks, people say, "Damn, I hope the hands can match the energy." Now the tension is at a boiling point. Claressa's fans are shouting that she's a marketing genius who's just building the fight, while Lani's supporters are calling her a bully who has forgotten what humble champions look like. This isn't just about belts anymore, it's about who will regret poking the wrong backup dancer. And just when you thought the promo couldn't get any messier, it did, because immediately after Claressa made that Beyoncé comment, an anonymous source leaked an email purportedly from a team member inside her camp. The subject line controlled her moment, and the body of the message made sure Lani didn't get her spotlight. This isn't the show. Claressa is bra. Now, every press conference, live interview, weigh-in, and stare-down is being scrutinized like it's the Zapruder movie. Loni's next question is whether Claressa will backpedal or double down, because, according to the internet, when you call yourself Beyoncé, you better deliver like Beyoncé. So, when an anonymous account on X, formerly Twitter, posted a screenshot of an alleged email thread between members of Clarissa's media camp just hours after her backup dancer moment exploded, the subject was, "Keep it flashy, keep it about her, the body. Make sure press asks her first, delay Loni's arrival, keep her cold, Claressa's walking in like Beyoncé. Make that clear, bloodbath nail polish Dartiani." Fans went crazy. One fan tweeted, "So you're calling her a backup and trying to sabotage her entrance? No, this is personal warfare." At Boxing Woke, another post received over 100,000 likes. Read, "This isn't just publicity. Claressa is so desperate for attention that she's turning off the damn stage lights for Lani." Next, a voice note microphone was leaked from a burner. Instagram account called Gloves. Don't lie. The voice note purportedly shows Claressa speaking to a close friend following the interview. In the clip, a woman's voice, which fans claim sounds exactly like Shield, says, "I mean, be real, Lani. Lucky to even be in the ring with me. I don't care what she's done. Ain't nobody." Showing up for her, I am the show. They came for the queen. Let her dance behind me if she wants airtime. Hello, that sound you heard was the last shred of subtlety leaving the building. And guess who reposted the clip on their private Fanina before removing it? Lani Daniels herself wrote in the caption, "Say less, just make sure you show." Up July 26th. It's suddenly on boxing media. The same ones who usually cover stats, training clips, and press quotes started reporting this like it was a rap beef, and even Stephen A. Smith commented on his podcast. Look, I respect Claressa's Shield skill set. She's elite, but when you call someone a backup dancer, there are receipts of you trying to undermine them. On the pop culture side of things, after the Beyoncé fandom discovered that Claressa had invoked their queen's name in a shady disco, they snapped, "Honeybee." One Beehive stan page wrote, "We love you, Claressa, but don't drag Beyoncé into your mess. She empowers women, not tears them down. This ain't it." Another user at John's Justice 4 tweeted, "Calling yourself Beyoncé is bold. Dissing another woman while doing it is embarrassing." Finally, there were comparison videos that showed split-screen clips of Claressa's walkouts versus in the midst of all of this, Lani Daniels has remained mostly silent, which ironically makes her appear even stronger. She hasn't posted lengthy tea, paragraphs, or messy tweets, just subtle jabs like the now-deleted Instagram story of her sparring with the text background dancers hitting hard too. Fans are consuming this because, although Claressa may be a champion, Lani comes across as the elegant underdog who was dragged without cause. And when underdogs are underestimated, you already know what happens next. They train harder, fight smarter, and firecracker, and occasionally they shock the entire sport. But wait, it gets even messier. A representative from one of Claressa's purported sponsors told a boxing blog under anonymity, "It was meant to be fun and spicy, but it's turning into mean girl branding, not the vibe we were hoping for." Another wellness drink brand that Claressa has previously partnered with quietly removed her promotional posts from their Instagram grid without a caption or announcement. And then, yes, someone leaked an old training video of Claressa missing sparring drills while making fun of her coach said, "I don't need choreography. I'm Beyoncé. I freestyle." This was meant to be a flex, but instead it became the number freestyle fail trend, where fans post boxing videos gone wrong with Beyoncé songs over them. For example, one TikTok has a video of Claressa slipping mid-fight, and someone edited a picture of a single woman with the caption, "When you're Beyoncé but your heels catch the ropes, the internet has no mercy." Now, the July 26th fight isn't even about the belts anymore. Rather, it's about the drama, the shade, and who will support her. After all the tough talk, Claressa still needs to show that the crown she just gave herself fits, and let's face it, if Lani Daniels, the supposed backup dancer, shows up, gives Claressa a fight in the ring, or worse, if she wins, that quote will haunt Claressa forever. They will post a clip saying, "Introducing Beyoncé of getting outboxed." It'll go down as one of the biggest pre-fight fumbles in women's boxing history, and I don't think the Fight Commission has noticed the heat. According to one extremely spicy source, the Michigan State Athletic Commission has already received numerous media complaints about tension between the two teams during fight week logistics. One report even claims that Clarissa's team requested a separate hotel wing for her security, citing hostile energy from Lani's entourage. Another insider claims that following Clarissa's media requests, Lani's team refused to reschedule the weigh-in times. Are we filming an episode of Love and Boxing Detroit Edition or promoting a fight? While the promoters are likely enjoying the publicity because, let's face it, this drama sells, there is also quiet discussion behind the scenes about whether all this ego could risk the actual event. We emphasize that there were rumors that the fight might be called off if the toxic buildup persisted and there were any physical altercations before the fight. That's where we pick up next because following all of this, Claressa did something no one anticipated. She went live from her car, and what she said next, oh baby. It after all the leaked emails, memes, dubious direct messages, and public backlash. Against Beyoncé, Claressa Shields did what every high-profile celebrity does just before their PR ship goes down. She went live on Instagram from her car. Yes, it's the classic, but let me defend myself for 18 straight minutes. Let me tell you, she should have stayed offline because, rather than containing the damage, Claressa poured gasoline on the fire while still wearing a seatbelt and holding a Red Bull. She looked into the camera and said, "Listen, I'm not apologizing for calling myself the Beyoncé of boxing. That's how I feel. I've earned that. I'm the main event. I'm the moment. And as far as Lani goes, if she can't handle that..." And then came the moment that went viral on every sports blog and gossip site in a matter of minutes. Y'all can say what you want, but come July 26th, I'm not just fighting, I'm performing. That ring is my stage, and she's just there to make me look good. The comments section exploded, and the comments said, "You're doubling down. This isn't confidence, it's delusion." That quote perfectly captured the essence of what transpired next. Within 48 hours of the Instagram Live, 3 significant Claressa partnerships subtly soured, one of which pinned her. Suddenly, this was not just a disaster, it was a full-fledged media crisis. A third released a hazy public relations statement about supporting women's empowerment across all voices, which is a corporate way of saying, yeah, we're out. A third removed any posts mentioning her from their Instagram archive. According to sources close to the brands, Claressa's statement, "She's just there to make me look good," didn't sit well with the DEI and marketing executives. This was especially true when Claressa framed it as a performance hierarchy, which puts future endorsement deals at risk for the brand. Meanwhile, in the world of boxing commissions and promoter chaos, an unsubstantiated but juicy leak from a promoter insider claimed that Fight Week, since it was officially denied that Claressa's team attempted to have Loni's ringwald cut 30 seconds shorter than the champ's fans began posting mock ring walks, tagging Claressa with captions like, "Queen behavior doesn't need the last entrance, it needs the last punch." Beyoncé never blocked anybody's moment. She elevated them, let Lani spin to the queen. Nicki Minaj even liked a tweet in which she said, "Some of y'all act like being confident means disrespecting every girl around you. That's not boss behavior." Was she talking about Claressa? She didn't tag her, but the internet sure thought so. And that's all it takes to fuel a storm. And just when it felt like the dust might settle, enter the Michigan State Athletic Commission, who reportedly issued a formal warning to both fighters after backstage audio caught Claressa referring to Lani as nothing but an opener. The one they came to see was recorded and leaked, and now it's part of an internal probe. The commission's official statement read, "All fighters are expected to uphold a professional standard." Now that people want to discuss the spirit of competition, disparaging language that undermines it will not be tolerated. The fight, according to insiders, came this close to being put under review, which would have meant new media conditions, restricted press access, and possibly losing the stadium deal. Fortunately for everyone in pay-per-view revenue, the fight remained scheduled, but the buzz had turned bitter by now. Claressa's PR team had gone into full lockdown mode with no more tweets or interviews, and her last post included a quote of her face with the caption, "Let them talk. I'll let my fists finish the conversation," but the fans were, with one sentence, "Trash talk is fine, but this was petty and personal." Then, because the internet is petty and poetic, an unverified fan page claiming to be close to Beyoncé's circle posted a cryptic quote that said, "We don't need anyone to compare themselves to us. They know who they are." Claressa claims she asked the Beyoncé of boxing to let her flex that ring. Team Lani responds, "Imagine being so insecure you have to call someone a dancer to feel powerful." Neutral fans say, "She just ruined her legacy," and who they aren't. Was it a fan fantasy or was it real? I don't know, but it didn't matter because it went viral and fans posted it on TikTok over the video of Claressa's interview. The stakes are much higher than belts, and it's about ego, reputation, and legacy. Because if Lani Daniels, the woman who maintained her composure while being publicly humiliated, walks out with her hand up, the internet will never let Claressa live that down. They will meme her, remix her walkout speeches, and post clips proclaiming the Beyoncé of getting outboxed. The world is watching. Claressa Shields, who didn't just call herself the Beyoncé of boxing when she set fire to the stage, threw Lani Daniels into the smoke and challenged her to dance through it. However, on July 26th, we'll quickly learn whether Claressa's actions were creating hype or destroying her own legacy. Because if Lani shows up and handles business like a true champ, this won't just be an upset. It'll be poetic justice. And if Claressa wins, well, the victory might fans who watched her trade grace for the spotlight still feel empty. So the real question is, was it all worth it to shade the backup dancer, bar the diva demands, and leaked? Ego trips, or are we witnessing the moment a champion forgot how to be humble? Do you support Claressa's crown or Lani's class? If you're a drama junkie, subscribe if you want the real tea before it goes viral, and hit that bell because you already know that the next time someone's microphone is dropped, we'll be watching. We'll be watching.